So, the Commander of the Faithful ascends the pulpit and he says to the men who are in the mosque, he says to them that what you must do is treat them with what he called mudarat. Mudarat, brothers and sisters, again, take this and apply it across the board, not just in your marriage, but also in how you treat your brothers and sisters, how you treat your parents, how you treat your neighbors, how you treat everybody, as we mentioned last night in the lecture about Imam al-Hasan alayhi salam. Mudarat, the Imam says, is the key to happiness between husband and wife. What does mudarat mean? Again, coming from as a duty for a man towards his wife. Mudarat means to treat them with leniency. Mudarat means that if you see a mistake being made, just sweep it under the carpet. Mudarat means that if she gets angry and says something hurtful, just ignore it. Imagine it was never said. Mudarat means, and I'll give you a very practical example that you could refer to. Imagine if your wife was not healthy, if she had a terminal disease and she was dying, doctors had told her that she would die in a year's time. God forbid, God forbid. If she insulted you in that situation, would you be hurt? You wouldn't. Why? You're practicing mudarat. You're telling yourself, but that's okay. I mean, what she's going through right now, the pain, the misery, the difficulties. I could never understand what she is experiencing right now. So you put a block between yourself and your anger, right? The anger is still there, but you tell yourself that because of her circumstances, I have to treat her with leniency. I have to ignore the comment that she made. She doesn't really mean it. It's coming from the pain, right? The same goes for the husband. If a 2-year-old insulted you, as I said last night, you wouldn't get hurt because it's a 2-year-old. Why is it that when it's coming from a husband or wife, suddenly it's the biggest deal and the entire neighborhood has to learn that there was a fight in that house? So you treat them with mudarat. And then the Imam said that if you do that, فِي ذَلِكَ صَفْوُ الْعَيْشِ, therein lies the key to a happy life. Mudarat. So that's point number 1. Also, in addition to that, remember, point number 2, remember that when you treat your husband and wife in a kind and compassionate manner, even if you're faced with hostility and insults and hurtful comments, if you treat them with kindness, always remember that your contract is not towards that person, but between yourself and God. The Commander of the Faithful says, أَخَذْتُمُوهُنَّ بِأَمَانَاتِ اللَّهِ. When you marry your spouse, when you marry your wife, you are signing a contract with God. You are saying to God that I am taking this wife into my care, into my love, into my home, and looking after her for your sake, not for hers. And so if she gets grumpy, if she gets angry, if she pokes you to make you furious, remember that your contract is with God. Treat her, and I say to the sisters, treat him the way you want to be treated by Allah subhanahu